Good evening. Pay raise approved. The Board of Supervisors giving the green light for a bump in pay for deputies, potentially making them the highest paid law enforcement agency in Kern County after more than a decade of staff retention issues. 23 ABC's Bayan Wang tells us tonight what this raise means for the department and when deputies could see this new increase on their paycheck. Bayan?
Yeah, Tim and Jess, this pay raise coming after over 10 years of the county and KCSO trying to figure out the funding issues that has pushed the department backwards. Today, the Board of Supervisors announcing that a $10 million fund would be distributed to KCSO, who is actually, currently one of the lowest paid law enforcement agencies in the county, but the Board of Supervisors says this fund would make them the highest paid. And here's what Sheriff Donnie Youngblood has to say about it.
I do know this, that we're headed in the right direction, that this is going to be a huge step forward in my ability to recruit, retain, and to keep officers once they come to work here. We won't just train people and watch them leave.
And KLEA President Richard Anderson is with me, who just spoke to the Board of Supervisors. What can you tell me about this?
Not a lot. I mean, I was in the back talking to the CAO and trying to get the details of this contract, and we're going to sit down later. I don't know all the nuts and bolts of it yet. It's a little confusing for me. However, it does look like they're taking a step in the right direction. So I'll know more tomorrow when I sit down with my negotiation team and we actually take a look at it, because this came out of nowhere. So we had an idea that they were going to do something, but we didn't know it was going to be put out on the news and everything like this. So
yeah, Sergeant Anderson, you've been advocating for a pay raise for a very long time, at least while you guys are still trying to figure out the numbers. What does this mean overall for the Sheriff's Office?
Well, hopefully it means we can recruit and retain deputies and keep them here at Kern County so they can serve the community. So that's the big issue, is basically providing public safety services to the community, and it's been difficult doing that when we keep losing people to other agencies, other higher paying agencies. So hopefully we can stem the tide with this step in the right direction.
You know, when we spoke last week, you were telling me about just the challenges that the Sheriff's Office faces when you guys are having staffing issues. Is this a step forward for you guys, and what do you think would be the biggest benefit of getting this increase?
Well, hopefully it will cause people to come work for the Kern County Sheriff's Office, and hopefully at the end of the day it prevents people who are on the fence about wanting to leave to go make more money somewhere else. So at the end of the day, if it means a little bit more money in a deputy's pocket and keeps him from leaving our county and leaving our community, that's a good step in the right direction.
And while you guys are going back and looking at the numbers, you mentioned that there's several other things that you guys need to look into as well. What are some of those things?
Well, I don't know what the term of the contract is, if it's a 2-year, 3-year deal. I don't know what the mathematical breakdown is. Basically, how it was explained to me and over a 20-minute meeting was they're just looking at our rank structures, and they're making us equivalent to the city, a little bit higher than the city, Bakersfield Police Department. So that will hope and keep us from losing people to go over there. They'll stay with the Kern County Sheriff's Office. I think that's what the hope is.
Got it. Thank you, Sergeant Anderson. Appreciate it. All right, Tim and Jess, back to you guys.